What's up guys, welcome back. So in today's question, we need to determine the magnitude of the force Fs, which is tensile spring force, in order that the resultant of Fs and F is vertical force, and we need to determine the magnitude of R of these vertical resultant force. So from the question, we know that the spring is in tension. What that means is that, so we have this spring in here that is in tension. That means these two forces, well, which we call it Fs, is pulling the spring, and the force that we're gonna have at point A or at the roller that we are seeing will be in the opposite direction. So I'm just gonna show it in here. We have the point A, and this will be the force F, and based on the Newton's law, it has to be same forces here, just in the opposite direction. So that's the first force that we have, and this would be the other force that we have, which is F, and the magnitude is 500 newtons. So as we can see in the question, we need to determine the magnitude of the R, which needs to be vertical. So there is no X component for our resultant. So if that's the case, our Rx, which will be the sum of all forces in X direction, has to be 0. And let's just call our X and Y in here. So if that's the case, we will have in the X direction, we will have Fs minus the X component of the 500 Newton force. We know this angle right here is 60 degrees, and we can see that 500 times cosine of 60 degrees is the X component, and from here our Fs will be, so cosine of 60 will be 1/2, and 1/2 of 500, that's going to give us 250 newtons as the force for Fs. So the first part of the question, we need to determine the magnitude of Fs, which will be 250 newtons. So as we talked about it, the resultant only have Y components, so our R is basically Ry. For that, let's just find sum of all forces in Y direction, and we can see Fs is in X direction, so no Y component for Fs, but we have the Y component of the 500 newtons force. And as we can see, the Y component, I'm gonna show it in here, so this will be the Y component of F. So since it's negative, is in the opposite direction of our Y in here, so it has a negative sign 500. This time the Y component will be sine of 60 degrees, and that's going to give us minus 433 newton. But the question is asking for the magnitude of R, so the magnitude will be the positive value that we have, which is 433 newtons, and that would be the final answer for this question. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like and comment, and let me know if you have any question regarding this one or from the 3 textbooks that we're covering in this channel. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.